My guest today is a former NHL player who played for the New York Islanders, the Pittsburgh Penguins, as well as the Colorado Avalanche and the New York Rangers. He is known for his physical style and being very tough to play against. He has also won 2 Olympic medals with Russia. Please welcome Darius Kasparaitis. Hey Darius, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, I'm good.
All right. First of all, when you were young, who inspired you to play hockey, and how do you build your hockey style to become so physical?
Well, when I was young, I just really loved hockey equipment. You know, I saw videos in my neighborhood. Used to go to practice, and we lived in a small village, so the icing was walking distance. So every kid used to wear the equipment and just walk to the ring. So I really loved, seeing them dressing up in the hockey equipment. That's why I think I fall in love in the beginning of the game, because I like wearing all this basically costumes to go play a game. Well, I grew up watching Soviet teams, so I think Vyacheslav Nikitov, Makarov, Larionov, all the greatest Russian hockey players that play early 80s, and I think I watched them play all the time, and they dominated the game, so it was easy to follow them and root for them.
Do you remember the day you were drafted by the Islanders and your first NHL game?
Well, of course, I was in Montreal, at the draft day, and I remember that I felt a little bit older because I think the draft year was already for a lot of guys who drafted. The year was born in 1973, and I was born in 72. I felt I felt like people are not gonna really think that I'm good enough, but I was drafted 5th overall. I was very surprised, and I was happy. I had no idea about the Islanders, but I knew there was a deal somewhere. So and playing a first game for the Islanders was amazing, because when I came to New York, I think I came October 3rd from Russia, and October 6th already played the first game. I was very surprised, because I was thinking I'm gonna go to first in the minors, get used to it. But they put me in a lineup again, and my first shift, I remember putting two players at the same time. Ended up, I was hitting the one guy, but one guy fell on another guy was getting behind, so I ended up hitting 2 at the same time. And I realized that, hitting in AHL was way much easier than playing in Europe, because the icing was so much smaller, and that's why I think I became more physical, because, it was much way easier to hit guys here than in overseas.
When you were traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins, how did you feel, and how was it to play with big hockey legends like Jaromir Jagr and Mario Lemieux?
Well, first of all, I was very scared, because I think people in Pittsburgh really hated me, because I didn't see playoffs. I kind of used Jagr and Lemieux, was hitting them, was not really nice. So when I got traded a couple of years later, I was very shocked, because I knew every game we played in Pittsburgh, when I was Islander, they boo me, they call me names, and I thought, how can you even warn me on that team? So when I got traded, I was very sad in the beginning, because I thought I was going to be Islanders forever. But then when I got traded, and I met all these big players, and great players, and realized how cool they are, and how much they happy to have me on their team, it became one of the best, 6 years I had in my hockey career. Playing for the Penguins, because the team was fun. I played with a lot of great players, and the fans were amazing, and I was very fortunate to play with Jagr and his team.
You were one of the most feared players on the ice with your strong style, and everybody had to keep up with you and try to get one step ahead if they didn't want to be hit by you. Do you think your style will be accepted in hockey of today?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. I think, to be honest, I think it'd be much easier to hit. I think even players are better right now, maybe better skiers. So maybe they're better. But the thing, I watch the game a lot. That you guys getting with the head down more often now than used to. And I don't know. Maybe I would get suspended a couple times, but you adjust. When you get so far in the game, you just have to adjust. Of course, there's some hits I made during my career maybe would be acceptable right now, because it'd be too vicious. But Otherwise, I still see a lot of players taking big hits, and there's still some players using the hip check. So, it's still part of the game. It may be more, it's more watched now because they have more cameras, social media. So maybe it's more, every big hit is more, investigated more than it used to be.
Everybody has an opinion about Darius Kasparaitis. I've been one of your fans. One of my friends said, "Oh, Kasparaitis is so vicious. I don't like his play." But at your point of view, do you like more the hockey of today or the old-time hockey?
Well, I think I like the hockey that I play. Every player, I think, likes his own generation. I play that generation, that it made me who I am. I play physical style. I was sometimes protected by the referees. And I knew if I was playing 10 years before, maybe it would be, different consequences because guys were more vicious. I think in the 80s they would probably play a couple of sticks up to my head. But I'm very happy with what era I play. I think my era was more. Especially early 90s, it was more, I guess, physical, more, maybe not dirty, but, with more fight, and, more, you can express yourself as a player. These days, I think maybe, guys making a lot of money, and suspensions are way more bigger than that, So I think guys, every year, or every generation, they adjust to this style.
All right. Which of the team you played with was your favorite?
Well, you can't choose the favorite because the thing, like 1992 AP Team New York Islanders, when I came there, I think I always remember I feel the same mission for all time. Because we achieved something unachievable. Everybody gave us, zero chances to beat the thing with the playoffs. And we did that, I think that's why we didn't win anything after, but I think that was one of the biggest NHL upset stories, in the history of NHL. So I think, Islanders had something in my heart. Pittsburgh, I had a great 6 years there, I loved playing there, and, playing in Madison Square Garden for almost 6 years, was, it was amazing. Every day I went there, I was, wow, I watched concerts here, I watched celebrities here, and I play here almost on a daily basis. Being in Colorado, even for the short time, 3 months, I realized how professional the team is. That's why they were Stanley Cup champions before they lost to Detroit. And seeing players like Dubois and Saki, Forsberg, Adam Foote and Blake, how different they approach the game than I approach the game in the East Conference. Every team puts something in a perspective, So I'm very fortunate to play for all the teams.
What is the best and proudest moment of your career for you?
Well, I think NHL career, I can talk about a lot of big hits, but I think the one that I'm very proud, and I can always brag about it, it's scoring Game 7 overtime goal against Dominic Hasek.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Sabres, and it's one of the things that I can always show my friends what we do, but say, I'm not only hit it, I can score big goals, which was a fluke, but still, I remember, how good I felt, and it was an amazing feeling, and I remember going back home to Pittsburgh, people meeting me with flowers, and signs, like a hero. So I think, that was kind of cool.
With this OT goal, you was like a kid on the ice.
Oh yeah, this is something I never planned to do. I was so excited. So I think my expression was, when I scored, I was so excited. So I didn't even know I slided and I kicked my feet. I kicked my feet because I was so happy. And the file after all the players started, hugging me and just falling on top of me, I kind of got scared because I started losing my air. I thought I was gonna die. So I was screaming for the guys to let me out.
How was your KHL experience?
It was good. I think I was very surprised how the game changed about 2006 or 5 knockout. We went to Russia to play a year over Russia. The level was okay, and still were okay. But when I came back to KHL in 2007, first time, and I was very shocked how how the ice rinks have changed, how the mentality of the management, and it was like playing in the NHL. It's Russia, everything was such a top quality, preparation, and it was fun. I had a couple of good years there. I really fell in love with Petersburg. It was an amazing city, and it was amazing people to play with.
I know you continue to play hockey. Why did you continue to play a couple more years after you decided to retire?
No, I love hockey. I can't live without hockey. I play hockey every 3 times a week. And last year I decided to play for Team Lithuania because I was actually born in Lithuania, and I moved to Russia when I was 14. But I'm Lithuanian, so I always represented Russia in Olympic Games, for international tournaments. So when I retired in 2009, I always felt like it's not finished business. And I decided to get back in shape, and last year I represented Lithuania in Group 2B level championship, and won the first place. So it was also happening in Lithuania, so it was so much fun, to finally represent the country. Even at the age of 45, I was there, 46, I don't remember, and achieve first place, and now I can say I represented, I achieved whatever I have to achieve in my hockey career, because first I presented a big nation like Russia, and I played in a lot of big tournaments, but then also finished my career and started my career in Lithuania. So I love the game. I love the game. It's something that I never understood. How come players, some players who stop playing hockey, they stop hockey forever. They don't want to do anything with it. They don't want to skate. I understand that they have injuries, but I just love it. I love going there, expressing my feelings, screaming at people, sometimes hitting a couple of people. If you ask the people I play with in Miami, they're always going to say this guy is nuts. So I play the game the same way I've been playing all my life.
Your kids play hockey. It was your job to play, and you earn your living with hockey. If hockey doesn't exist,
I'm not sure. It's very scary thought, because I'll probably still be living in Lithuania. I don't know, maybe working somewhere in some kind of business. But it's very hard. I have a hard time. I'm working now in the business, but it's very hard to find yourself. Being an athlete for such a long time and playing the game that you love, and finally, leaving the game. And it's hard to find yourself sometimes. I'm very fortunate that I have 6 kids, to take care of it and go to work, and still play hockey on a daily basis. But it's hard. The passion for hockey was so huge. It was so hard to find a new passion in life besides your family. So, you always believe and always have a hope that one day I'll find something exactly the same thing that I had the passion for hockey, some kind of idea or some kind of business that would make me as good as I was in hockey.
So you can say that hockey is everything for you?
Oh, it is. I've been, I'm 46. I've been in hockey since I was 8, so 40 years of my life I've been playing this game. And my goal is to, even now, I see this guy who's 96 in Minnesota, who's playing, still plays. So my goal is to beat his record. I want to play when I'm 100. That's what I'm thinking about all the time. So hockey is everything for me. I really want to go back into hockey. Even having little children, but I still want to do some kind of job, like scouting maybe or something, because I miss it. I miss being around players. I miss being around, executives or people I play with. And it's nothing like the sport that you love. I really I love watching soccer. But at the same time, there's nothing like being a hockey player or playing the game.
So just to close the interview, Darius, what do you want people to remember about your career and the way you played?
Well, I want people to understand that I was not a very dirty player. I really played the game hard. That's what I mentioned before. I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. And that's how I play. And I play hard. I hate a lot of people, but I never intend to injure anyone. I want people to remember me as a hard-working player. Who's hard to play against, and who also scored a big Game 7 overtime goal.
Darius Kasparaitis, thanks for your time. It's an honor for me to talk with you today, and just to say that you are a good example for everybody who love hockey, who love the sports.
Thank you so much. Thank you.